In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can grow a YouTube channel organically. And I have a decent amount of experience with this. At the time of filming this video, I have around 48,000 subscribers. So I don't have like 10 million or something, but I have grown my channel organically. And I'm going to be specifically referring a lot of things for music creators, people doing something music related, but all these tips will apply to any type of YouTube channel in any niche. So we're going to talk about your channel's theme, niche, and branding. That's 1. 2, we're going to talk about how often you should be posting your videos. And 3, we're going to be talking about the different metrics that you should pay attention to in YouTube analytics that YouTube actually cares about. So first of all, if your channel is like for your music project or your band, you can't expect just to upload a music video every month or two and have your channel grow organically. It can happen, but that's not the type of thing we're talking about. I do have a strategy for how you can promote your music videos if that's all your channel is, and I'll talk about that later in the video. But we're really talking about someone getting into being more of like a traditional YouTuber. And there's plenty of stuff you can do in the music world that's not just like, uploading your songs. For example, you can teach a bunch of different things, the production process, the songwriting process, how to play your instrument. You can do behind the scenes or vlog or kind of cover the in-depth back end of your song's production process. You can make a music entertainment channel, a music theory channel. There's a bunch of examples online. You just look up music on YouTube and you'll see like a ton of different content creators, music production, music education. You'll find it an insane amount of different niches. And so you need to pick what you can do, because you can't just expect to throw your music in there. You can tie in your music into your content, but that's up to you to figure out. But you need to pick a specific niche and stick to it. Now, you can branch out a little bit, but the way that you should do this is think about what's known as your target audience and your value proposition. So your target audience is just who are you making videos for? When I think I'm making a video, I have a specific avatar in mind named Audio Nerd Nelson. I don't know if I've talked about this before in a video, but essentially I just wrote out kind of an average demographic description. And essentially it was just me 10 years prior to me writing out Audio Nerd Nelson's bio, essentially. And so essentially, Audio Nerd Nelson was someone who was around the college age, who loved doing music, but was either in college or working full time, and they had no idea how they could go and actually start pursuing music in any kind of serious capacity. And I wrote down what YouTube channels they might watch, what websites they might hang out with, so that I could kind of think of a specific type of person when I make a video. Now, that being said, when I make that avatar, I'm not excluding anyone. I'm just thinking of one person that I can design my content around. It doesn't mean that someone who's 45 won't like my videos. It doesn't mean that a person who's already a full-time musician won't like my videos. It just means I'm designing my content around that person, and instead of thinking about what an audience wants, I think about what Nelson wants. So that's where your target audience comes into play. Now, the value proposition is essentially how can you satisfy the needs of that target audience or that customer or subscriber avatar. And so think about what the problems that person has in your niche and how you can give them content that will help solve their problems, or what contents do they desire and how can you entertain them. So it depends what type of channel you are. If you're more entertainment, what would they be interested in? If you're education, how can you help them? So that's where these all kind of three things are related. Your niche, your target audience, and your value proposition have to be pretty tightly locked. And it can develop over time, but you need to have that in mind if you expect to grow a channel on YouTube or really on any platform. So now we need to talk about upload schedule. I would recommend that if you're starting off a brand new YouTube channel, start posting one video per week. And I'm not talking about shorts, I'm not talking about stories, I'm talking about one full feature-length YouTube video, 6 to 20 minutes long, whatever, sometime in that range, at least once per week. And I would commit to doing that for at least 6 months. And the reason is, when you're starting off a new channel, it's a very, very slow game. You're gonna be uploading a video a week for 6 months, and don't expect to hit any crazy number after that. Like if you hit 1,000 subscribers in your first year, that would be a massive win. You could do way better than that, but you're also gonna do worse than that. It depends on how experienced you are with making content and shooting videos, and also how well you stick to this plan and all these other things we've talked about this far. But that's kind of the expectation. That's what you should try to do. And so it's just a matter of putting your head down, doing the work, and going for it. Now, what I would recommend, if you're thinking there's no way I can film a video a week, that's like, a 10-minute, 15-minute video a week, that's way too much work. Well, then that's where you have to plan ahead. You should make maybe 10 videos before you start uploading, so that you just upload them to YouTube but don't publish them, just have them scheduled or unlisted. So that way when you publish the first one, you already have 9 more in the bag. And that gives you essentially 10 weeks before the next new video is actually released. So if you think you can make another 10 videos over that period of time, then you'll always have this flow. But you might need more buffer. Depending on what topic or niche you're doing, you might need to actually make 30 videos ahead of time, right? It depends. It's important to be consistent, so it's good to plan ahead so that you don't publish a video and then disappear for 3 weeks. And if you think you can do it faster, do 2 times a week. Just pick a couple days and upload videos at roughly the same time on the same day or the same days and stick to it for 6 months. Nothing's going to happen in a week or a month. I think 6 months is a kind of a minimum commitment, and one video per week is pretty much the minimum bar for most types of channels. All right, so now we're going to talk about what does YouTube actually look for and what analytics should you focus on when you're making your videos and trying to improve the quality of your channel. But I do want to mention, if you want to learn more about this stuff, I do have an organized course called YouTube Growth Machine that covers not only all of this organic stuff, but also how to run YouTube ads to promote your music videos, which are hard to grow organically for a number of reasons. So what does YouTube actually look for? How are they optimizing their algorithm to promote videos? Well, there's one term that's kind of confusing, but it's expected watch time per unique user impression. So let's break that down into a few pieces. Expected watch time, right? How much watch time, how long is a person going to watch a video, how much do they expect they will, per unique user impression. So an impression is anytime a thumbnail is seen on a screen, that's an impression. So when you scroll your homepage for like a second, you're generating dozens of impressions like immediately. And so basically every time you're giving a video impression, how much watch time is expected. So they're averaging out the watch time, dividing it by the number of impressions, and then that's kind of your expected watch time per unique user impression. So we can break that apart into actual YouTube metrics that I'll show you in my analytics. So I picked one of my videos on my channel, but it's one on promoting your music YouTube video. So if you want to see how to run YouTube ads, promote a music video, you can check that out right there. But this is the backend analytics for it. So I'll go back to overview. It came out, let's see, 54 days ago. So it's gotten around 10,000 views, 773 watch time hours, which is cool, 58 subscribers. You can see all this stuff plotted day by day. And then we have the whole revenue thing. Now, you're not going to have revenue at first. You have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in a 365-day period to apply for the YouTube Partner Program. But you'll have all these other metrics. So what's the most important? Well, views are cool, watch time's better. And subscribers are cool, but repeated watching of videos is even better. Because imagine if someone sees your thumbnail, and it's a 10-minute video, and they watch it, they've generated 10 minutes of watch time. So that would be 10 minutes of watch time per impression in that one case. Obviously, a lot of people skip the video. But in addition to that, if they get all the way to the end screen of your video, click on another video, and then watch that video, and then click on another video, and watch that video, you might have one impression generate hours of content. And that YouTube really loves that because you're keeping people on the platform and pulling them through this kind of rabbit hole that generates them and you more money. So the metrics that matter, of course, is watch time. But if we're breaking our expected watch time per unique user impression, the first category for this is impressions click-through rate. So this is basically out of all the people that saw your thumbnail, how many people clicked on it. And this one is actually on the worst end for most videos on my channel. So that's something I should look at, right? If you have uploaded a video and it gets a way worse click-through rate, maybe you need a better title or better thumbnail. Because generally, the thumbnail is the most important piece of your video. I mean, the video, of course, has to be great, but the thumbnail is what's going to get the person to actually click on your video. The title matters a lot too, but the kind of flow of this is that a person sees your thumbnail, it gets them to read the title, and the title should relate to the thumbnail, but give them an incentive to click. So they work together, but the thumbnail is a lot bigger and it's a lot more eye-catching. So thumbnail and title are what drive this impressions click-through rate. And we can see a plot just day by day. It looks like to my subscribers. That's probably why it did so much worse in the beginning. This video wasn't very enticing, but then eventually YouTube started spreading it, search results, suggested videos, and now the impressions click-through rate is, significantly better. It's like a 4 to a 6 depending on the day, most days. So that's the first step. If for every impression you get, getting the most amount of clicks possible. But then we get to the watch time thing, and that's where your video quality matters. You'll notice in this video, I pretty much dove immediately into this content. I didn't beg you to subscribe. I didn't ask you to like the video and leave a comment and share with a friend. That's all cool, but what my main goal in this video is to get as many of you to the end screen as possible so you'll watch another video, or to click one of those cards if I mentioned any in this video, because I want to extend the viewing time. It's great if you subscribe. It's better if you watch 10 videos, because YouTube is going to be recommending my content to you for the next week. And I'm sure you've experienced that before if this isn't the first time you're watching my channel. So where do we find that kind of metric? Well, down here in this engagement section of analytics, we can see a plot during the video of how long people watch. So this video was 13 or 14 minutes, basically. Average view duration is roughly 5 minutes, so 34.5% average view duration. We can open up this chart and we can watch and see where people are falling off. So like there is a slightly bigger drop off here. So it'd be worth me checking in the video and seeing like, did I do something that made people leave, and learn from that experience. But generally, this is like a pretty normal curve. It's just kind of like a lot of people drop off at the beginning, and then they kind of, slowly people drop off throughout the video. Sometimes it's higher at the end. Because remember, I'm trying to get as many people to the end screens as possible. So basically to this timestamp. So 21% of people are seeing my end screens. And that's my goal, is to maximize this number. And the length of the video impacts that, but also it's really just how well you can hook your viewers. And that's where the first 10 seconds of your video comes into play. You really want to deliver on the promise of the thumbnail and the title, in that you give someone a reason to believe that you're going to give them the content that they want in that specific video. And the better you do that, the more people will stick around and keep watching the video. But you also don't want to have fluff, and you also don't want to ramble too much. And I tend to ramble a lot, but you want to have the best video possible that holds viewers' attention so that we can get the most amount of people to the end screen. So since we want to extend the viewing session as long as possible, not only do we want to get as many people to the end screens, but we want to get as many people as possible to actually click through one of the end screens. And that's why at the end of my videos, I typically don't beg people to subscribe and like and comment. I'll say something along the lines of, if you want to learn more about how to promote your YouTube videos and even run YouTube ads to promote your music videos, check out this playlist right here where I cover both of those things. And if you want to learn more about how you can grow your YouTube channel organically and run these YouTube ads in a more organized manner, I have my course down here right for you to check out. See? Trying to extend the viewing session, and then every so often, I might mention a course or a product or something. But anyway, so we found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.